All right, y'all. This is your Survivor Series review for November 25th, 2023. Got some exciting news from WWE last night, Survivor Series, with the return of CM Punk and Randy Orton. And in the press conference, Triple H was trolling everybody with, he's like, our truth, it's return. Everybody's talking about our truth. Just trolling everybody. CM Punk, I wouldn't think in a million years I would have seen this guy back in WWE after the way he ended things there about nearly 10 years ago. It's so weird, man. Look at this photo. This who would you have thought you'd seen this photo? 2023, man. After all the crap he talked about WWE and AEW during his promos. This is insanity, man. It's insane. All right, so feuds. Who's he gonna feud with? Got a bunch of people he can feud with, but based off last night, looks like it's gonna be Seth Rollins. They like had Michael Cole and Corey Graves holding him back, and he was like flipping him off and stuff, giving him the middle finger. So it looks like that's gonna be the initial feud, first feud for CM Punk against Rollins. The match will probably be good. I don't know about the promos because Seth Rollins is not good on the mic. CM Punk's probably gonna destroy him on the mic. That's pretty predictable. I think they should book CM Punk Roman Reigns at WrestleMania now instead of Cody Rhodes. That's the big money match now since you're not going to get The Rock versus Roman. Go to the next best thing, CM Punk and the Roman Reigns, or do a triple threat, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. So yeah, I could do that. Probably do. They've already done CM Punk, Randy Orton at WrestleMania years ago when CM Punk was in the Nexus, I think. That group with Wade Barrett guys. So yeah, do I am I happy for CM Punk? Yes, but do I trust him? No. Can't trust him, man. He's watch him. Like, how long is it gonna take? I don't even know if this is gonna work out. How how long before he's like starts like fighting people in the back and politics and he gets all pissed off and stuff, and he starts to fight with like Kevin Owens or Roman Reigns or whoever else. I don't see that. I don't know if this is gonna last. I'm not sure, and I feel bad for Randy Orton. I was more excited for Randy Orton's return than the CM Punk if they're both gonna show up at Survivor Series. Because now Randy Orton's return got overshadowed by CM Punk. I was way more excited for Randy Orton's return, to be honest, than CM Punk's. But yeah, now got WrestleMania season coming up. It's gonna be a crazy 2024 in wrestling now, and especially in WWE now with the star power back. This star power has desperately been needed, man. Because Roman Reigns is part timer, Brock Lesnar's a part timer, Cena just left, went back to Hollywood. Rey Mysterio, he's getting up there in age. Who knows how many more years he's got left. So this is good, I guess, for wrestling. Some star power back finally. Make these shows more interesting every week, I guess. Hopefully the feuds are good and you can book so it looks like yeah, so CM Punk and Rollins and probably they teased it last night, Jey Uso and Randy Orton in War Games match at the end. So hopefully that's the first feud, but they Usos wanted to fight each other or have a match with each other at WrestleMania. So that could happen, and they could hold off on the Randy Orton Jey Uso feud until after Mania, and then do it that way. So yeah, but now there's more options for Royal Rumble winners, I guess, because you could have CM Punk winning the Rumble, Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, Randy Orton, um, who else? Yeah, maybe those four. Maybe Gunther wins it. Who knows? So yeah, a lot of options. This is gonna be exciting now for Royal Rumble, I guess. It's gonna be more difficult to predict the winner than everybody had Cody winning prior to last night. But now it's a question now. Don't know who's gonna win the Rumble. All right, let's get to the rest of the show. Survivor Series. First up, we got the Women's War Games match. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Bianca Belair versus Damage Control. All right, so Becky Lynch and Bayley start the match off. Then Shotzi's in next. He throws in a few weapons. Io Sky's in next. She grabbed like a big chain from under the ring. It was like a long chain. She used that as a weapon. She hit a double knee strike on two of the other team members. Bianca was in next. She hit a double suplex. Kairi Sane, she brought this giant trash can lid. This thing was humongous into the match. Charlotte Flair's in next. And then Asuka was in after. She grabbed like a bunch of kendo sticks and stuff and brought them into the ring to use them. And then Charlotte Flair hit a moonsault from the top of the cage. And then Becky pretty much hit the rock bottom through the table for the win. So second straight year, Damage Control loses in the War Games match. I thought Damage Control would win because I thought they would win, and then after the match they would kick Bailey out, but that didn't happen. So it looks like they're gonna build to that, build to them kicking Bailey out of the group. So yeah, but I thought the match was it was okay, decent match, I guess. Just wasn't interested in it. All right, next up we got a segment in the back. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Sammy's tells Jay, hey, Randy's not here. And Jay's like, man, we put him on the shelf 2 years ago, Uso. Man, he better be here. And that was pretty much it for that. And then Sammy's like, he's got to go tell Cody or whatever. All right, next up we got The Miz versus the Ring General Gunther for the IC title. Miz applied the figure four on the ring post outside the ring, paying homage to Bret Hart, who used to do that during his matches. And then Miz started throughout the match, he was working on Gunther's legs. And Miz hit the DDT for a 2 count. Miz he took the turnbuckle off, one of the turnbuckle padding off one of the turnbuckles. And then it looked like he hit 2 low blows, but then they showed the replay. The Miz hit Gunther's knee first, and then he low blowed him after that, and then he hit the skull crushing finale for a near fall. Gunther hit a clothesline, and he applied the Boston Crab, and the Miz he tapped out like right away as soon as Gunther locked it in. It was a solid match, I guess, but this was pretty predictable. Most of the card was pretty predictable. But yeah, so Gunther won. There was no way the Miz was gonna win. So we'll see who Gunther faces next. He's probably not gonna lose the title until WrestleMania, looks like. And then he'll go after one of the world heavyweight titles. So we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we got Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. Santos hit a Hurricane Rana. He tried to rip off Dragon Lee's mask. He was like aggressively trying to pull it off, but he didn't get it all off. Dragon Lee hit a power bomb for a 2 count, and then Santos hit the Phantom Driver for the win. It was an okay match. They did the storyline injury on SmackDown the previous night, so Carlito still hasn't had a pay-per-view match yet. A singles pay-per-view match now 13 years and counting. So they're probably they'll probably continue that on SmackDown, I guess. And just hold off until Rey Mysterio gets back in the new year. So you still got about a month to go until Rey Mysterio gets back. All right. Next up, we got women's title match. Rhea Ripley. This was another predictable outcome. Rhea Ripley wins and retains her title against Zoe Stark. Back and forth match was real competitive. So it was all right, I guess. But it was still too predictable. All right. Next up, we got the main event. The men's War Games match. Hold on, let me push this up. There we go. All right, so we got Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre against Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and the returning Randy Orton. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor start the match. JD McDonough's in next. He brought in a couple kendo sticks. Him and Finn Balor used the kendo sticks on Seth Rollins. And then Jey Uso's in next. He brought in a chair. Damian Priest is the next guy in. Sami Zayn's in next. He brings a table into the ring and sets it up. And Drew McIntyre's in next. Cody Rhodes is the next guy in with the bull rope, paying homage to his dad, Dusty Rhodes, who used to use the bull rope in some of his matches. So during the match, Rhea Ripley, after everybody entered prior to Randy getting in, the countdown went, and then everybody was expecting Randy Orton. Rhea Ripley shows up with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Her music hits. He tries to cash it in for Damian Priest, and then Randy Orton's music hits, and he's back. This dude looks jacked, or I'm not sure if he's jacked or if he's on the juice. Who knows? I don't know, man. Who knows? But anyways, they hit he hit a middle rope DDT, and then all five of them hit middle rope DDTs at the same time on Judgment Day. I thought that was dope. And then a few minutes later, Randy Orton and Jey Uso. Randy Orton's like pointing at Jey Uso. He's like, I remember what you guys did to me, Uso. I ain't gonna forget that, but I'm gonna get you back after or later. Or I forgot what he said. So yeah, they've been teasing that feud during the match. And then JD McDonough, this little jabroni, he tries to escape the cage, but then they would have lost if he got all the way out. So Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins, they climbed up and got him. Pretty much just kept him there, and then they tossed this dude off the cage, and Randy Orton hits an RKO right there. That's a pretty good picture of the RKO right there on JD McDonough. And then Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads, and yeah, so Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, and Seth Rollins win the War Games match. Pretty dope to see Randy Orton back. We'll see who he feuds with prior to the Rumble. Could feud with Drew McIntyre, but there was reports that he like stormed off after the match. Don't know if that was legit or if that was storyline. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, just not sure who Randy Orton's gonna feud with, because you got obviously Punk's gonna feud with Seth Rollins. So Randy Orton. If they don't do Jey Uso, maybe they do Randy Orton versus Jimmy Uso, like at the Rumble, and then they can set up Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso off of that match for WrestleMania, I guess. And then Randy Orton's they gotta find an opponent for Randy Orton at WrestleMania. This is the night of returns. It's gonna be exciting for the new year, yo. The last pay-per-view, man. We got some star power back. It was a pretty good ending, though. I'm not gonna lie. Because prior to the main event, it was pretty much just a boring show, a predictable show. Where I like the main event, gave it a men's War Games match about 8 out of 10. I give women's War Games match 6 out of 10. Easily main event was the best match, and then worst match, I don't know. I didn't really bother to pick a worst match. It'd be one of the ones that were not the War Games matches. Because these matches, I think both of them went over half an hour, 40 minutes, about around there. So yeah, thought the main event and then Randy Orton and CM Punk returning pretty much saved the show. So yeah, it's my review for Survivor Series. See ya.